Hey, baby, I know what you're thinking. There's no way she knows more about Warhammer. And you're wrong, like always. Today, I think I want to teach you about Rogal Dorn, also known as the Brick Wall, also known as Dornacio. No one by me has those names, but no, don't worry about it. Rogal Dorn was the Primarch of the Imperial Fists. They like to fortify and build reinforcements everywhere they go. They are builders, engineers, and hard MFers. Very hard, very thick, very yellow. Dorn, as a Primarch, had a very straightforward, stalwart attitude. He was solid, stable, and honest. His Primarch power was literally anti-warp aura. The warp would wither in his presence because he was so straightforward, so the opposite of chaos. And he never lied. If you said, hey, does this dress baby look fat? He'd be like, yes. That's why he never had a girlfriend. But you're great at lying. That's why I'm with you. But Dorn was on the planet Inuit when he was sent to warp as a baby. Inuit was a fairly spacefaring planet, but they never forgot where they came from. The primary planet of that system was a cold, harsh world where everything was hard. So the people kept that same mentality. Even if you were a rich person or high up in the society, your life was hard. It was hard work. It was just crawling and doing stuff by hand. And that is what helped develop him as a person. And he had a relatively loving family. Dorn had an adoptive grandfather who he loved very much, who ruled the Inuit system. He loved him so much that even as a grown Primarch, he used his grandfather's fur coat as a blankie, as a security blanket. He would sleep with it every night. And this was a big, gruff, no-nonsense man, showing that the Primarchs had quite a bit of humanity to them. Even though they were basically test tube babies created from the DNA of a nigh immortal psyker man, they had their own emotional connections to people. But yes, Dorn eventually was found by the Emperor, and the Emperor, as a way of peace and to get him on his side, took this gigantic ship called the Phalanx. It was a ship that was so big, it was about the size of a moon. But the Inuit people never got it to work. So it was just a floating space station, basically. But then the Emperor came, he did Baba Boopy and touched it, and it started working. It just started working because he has the sauce, baby. He has the sauce. And Dorn was like, good, thank you, Father. And became the Primarch of the Imperial Fists, and he led them. When he first got in contact with the Fists, he saw them lacking in the way. They weren't as precise as he wanted them to be. They weren't as fast as they needed to be, except for one guy, because they all showed him the skills and Dorn tore them all apart, except for one guy. And all he said was, thank you, which is huge for Dorn. If Dorn has nothing bad to say or nothing criticism to give you, that means you did a great job in his eyes. I forgot the guy's name. I'm sorry. But Dorn led the Imperial Fists, did well, and eventually he was chosen by the Emperor to build the Imperial Palace on Terra, aka Earth, and he did an amazing job. It was a gigantic golden homage to the greatness of humanity and his father. And eventually the Horus Heresy happened, and Doran was on Terra and left to defend the planet with him and 4 of the legions against 9 traitorous ones. He was outnumbered, but he did not falter. He was scared though, he felt fear. There was a imperial noble about to jump off the palace spire, ready to kill himself, and Doran caught him. And the guy apologized and said, I'm sorry, I was just so afraid. And Doran was like, tell you, what does this fear feel like? And then the man described it. And he said, oh, that's weird. I'm feeling that right now. He said, really? And Doran said, yeah, I'm feeling the breath of my ability. I feel like I've done all I can do and it's not good enough. And the guy was surprised. I could never believe that one day I lived to see that a Primarch felt fear. And Doran was like, me neither. But Doran went and he defended the palace anyways to the best of his ability. The Emperor eventually did get mortally wounded, and that hurt Doran deeply. He was distraught. And eventually he went on and disappeared. We're not exactly sure where he is. All that's left of him is a hand and an imperial fist. It's not funny, stop laughing. And now the imperial fists are living and fighting in Doran's honor, trying to do their best and uphold the legacy of their Primarch. I know. But there are some good points, some funny points. Like at one point, he tried to confront Conrad Kurz about his visions, and Conrad Kurz disemboweled him slightly. Yeah. They found Doran passed out, roughed up, with his bowels out. And then Conrad Kurz was right next to him, crying like a baby. I don't know. Siblings and family dynamics are unique, even in the 40K universe. And that's why I'm happy I have you, because you'd never disembowel me with your baby. No, you would, because you're my big, strong man. Yes, you are. All right, baby. I'll talk to you later. I'm finna go pay my minis.